You know, I'm not like regular fighters. Like after fight, I take 1 month. Like next day after the fight, we still training. We went to the gym every day. That's why. But 1 years I didn't have 2019, I think, because many things happen. Our coach died and Corona, all this stuff.
And I'll do everything I can to make it possible and make that happen. And I love to fight. There's nothing more I love in this world than fighting. And I'm living my dream right now, fighting the best guys in the world. I have taken on short notice the toughest opponents in the world and the biggest killers in the division. And when I become the champion, I will still maintain that, because that is the champion mentality. It doesn't matter who, it doesn't matter when. I want to prove I'm the best against everyone.
Like that, there's something about those guys that are used to taking guys out in the first round. There's something about those guys.
A lot of these like daggy Muslim dudes.
I'm faster. I'm more talented. I'm more technical than this guy is. This guy's a one-trick pony. He's got a left hand, he's got a left knee, and he's got a left leg. They're all on one side. I've got everything I need. I can beat him everywhere for every second.
So I told you, all the fighters say I'm gonna defense his wrestling. Like if he take me down, I'm gonna go up. But when fight is happening, when I take down my opponent, they all feel my power and they all tap, you know. That's why. This is not because I'm good, because I training all my life.
He was cracking me up.
I can't wait
He's
till
the
fight
best.
week. How well does he do next week?
Boy, we're going to find out. We're really going to find out what's going on if it gets into the second and third rounds. That's when we're really going to find out.
We'll know.
We'll know immediately.
At that point.
But I mean, whether or not he can really fight for 5 rounds. Like against a
don't
guy
know
with
if he can, man.
With a great gas tank.
Yeah.
Max says,
After 5 years of tearing your body up.
it's you don't know, right? Because it's all in a vacuum. Like there's some training footage of him beating guys up.
Hey, I'm undefeated against southpaws. He's a southpaw. I have that. I know how to do it. I have the keys to victory against that. I'm longer. I'm taller. I'm faster than anybody he's ever faced. And I'm smarter than anybody he's ever stepped in there with. I am going to piece him up on the feet. I'm going to jab the mouth off him. I will make him lean off angles. He will shoot. I will defend the shot. I will stay on the feet. And I will crack him and crack him and crack him just like I did to Bilal.
Well, I think Islam would have to be a strong favourite, but I think Ian's going to give him some problems, because Ian's a tall guy. He's got great jiu-jitsu. He's got great striking. Yeah, I think Ian Garry's going to give Islam a lot of problems.
Okay, but is that enough problems to defeat him, or do you think Islam still takes him?
Yeah, I think Ian Garry can win. I think he can walk away with it, to be honest.
Islam. I don't see anybody who can stop him right now in this division.
I think it's a really good fight, and I think Ian is going to surprise a lot of people with how talented he is and how skillful he is. Actually, I trained with him for the Carlos Prates fight, so I'm excited to go see him perform as well. And I think he gets it done. So we'll see.
I think Makhachev. Makhachev is bigger, and he's stronger, and like he got more power. And he gonna take him down and hold him and submit him. Yeah.
I think it's hard to count on Islam right now. He's just so dominant. I don't see Ian having a lot of options to winning that one.
Man, it's very interesting to see how this fight plays out, because one of the only loss that Ian Garry has been against a real tough grappler when he fought.
Islam is paying attention. I truly believe that's because he has a real high level of respect for Ian Garry in Ian Garry's game. I love Islam. I think he's very smart. I think he's very thoughtful, because he's paying attention to the things that Ian Garry is saying on a number of instances. I know that the team respects Ian Garry a tremendous amount because of all the challenges he can present inside the octagon. Now, if he has done a good job of working on the wrestling, he gives himself a chance. But ultimately, I think for Garry to be successful, he has got to try to find range, and that's more difficult to do and easier said to do when you're fighting a guy like Islam, who constantly is in your face. And
You just two mistakes. One, you don't fight Islam on 10 days' notice. You just can't. That just doesn't make any sense. That's crazy. He's so hard to beat. He's so good. If he's not the best, it's you and him for the best, pound for pound, and you're going to risk that on 10 days. That's crazy. And that again changes the course of his career, right?
That's wild, right?
Imagine if he doesn't take that fight. He says, "I can't."
That's not my opinion. If they did, then whoever is currently holding that record that Islam just tied and is trying to beat, you guys would consider the GOAT. So it's not something that you've taken into consideration, or you would have already brought that up. But I will share this with you. If he's doing it at 2 different weight classes, that means something. That means more. It's a very interesting concept. And I don't know that we can say it ahead of the fight. But is there ways that this fight could play out that would then lead us to believe that Islam's the GOAT? Maybe. If Islam was to go out there,
been with them for 12 years or plus, 12 years plus, you know, so there's a lot of work that's been done with him and I and other coaches, you know, and he's dialed in. He's dialed in as a striker, and people sleep on his striking and think that he has to take Ian down. He doesn't have to take him down. No. Is it the better choice? Probably, because we know we're the better grappler for sure, but do we have to take him down? I'm saying no, we don't have to take him down. Is it the better option? Probably. Yeah. But let's see how Ian is able to adapt to what we're going to do.
Focus. This is skinny twig. It's Ian Garry. This is our main focus, you know. This guy talk a lot, you know, and we have to focus on him, because every opponent we fight, or Islam fight, or anyone fight, we have them take him seriously, even if they're not a serious guy. I don't think
the Irish versus the Russian. You saw how big that was the first time that happened, and we want to do that again. To where
he's a Chinese Conor McGregor. He's a Chinese version, knockoff version of Conor McGregor. He's not Conor McGregor. He doesn't fight like Conor McGregor. You like it or not, Conor was a bad dude at one point. He's one of the best fighters ever at one point. Let's be real. This guy, he runs. Conor fight. This dude doesn't even know how to talk. He doesn't know how to talk. Honestly, I speak better English than him, and his English is first language. Brother, Ian Garry has lost his balls, and he will lose everything August 15th. Mark my word. This dude talking about finishing people. This guy lost 11 fights. He have 9 decisions. Islam lost 11 fights, have 8 finishes. This guy, the only thing he finishes, you know, I'm gonna keep it at that.
Hey, it's a family show, Ali. It's family show.
Yeah, I don't know. You know,
no, I want to know what he finishes, Ali.
Of course you do.
Coca-Cola.
No,
listen. I don't know, man. This guy, you know, listen. Listen. They are complete opposites. One guy said the woman should run the world. The wife is the household of the woman, and you got a guy from Dagestan. You don't even see their wives. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. You know what? It's a good point that they're 2 separate guys.
There could be, because of his strength and his control and the way that he manipulated you on the ground. I think Makhachev possesses a lot of those same type of qualities, very similar when he gets you on the ground. But because he's a better striker, I feel he's even more dangerous than Khabib was during his prime.
Is the number one things. If you're not sleeping well last night, you're not going to be 100% in the training in the morning, you know. That's why discipline is the most important things. Everybody have same things, gyms, coaches, sparring partners, but who is a discipline more, that guy have more success, you know. It's discipline. It's not about me. It's about it's all about my team, you know. What our coach Abdul Manap give us all his life when he was with us, just discipline, you know, come on time, like focusing, always training, you know, because one of the things, you can come to the training, sleep well in the morning, you can come, and training is beginning, and you still thinking about some business, some other stuff. You're not 100% in the gym, you know. That's why even myself right now, like all like small businesses, what I have people who take care, like my older brother, some of the guy, but I don't think about this business. I don't like check how it's working, how it's going, because I have to focusing in training.
Obviously, you and Khabib have worked together now for a while, but having Islam Makhachev a part of that coaching experience with you, that must have made you proud just to see his mentorship and the impact that he has on the fighters in the gym.
Well, he's always had that mentorship, and he's always been with us in the corner when he wasn't fighting. So this is not the first time I've had Islam in the corner with me. No, we've had him numerous other times in the corner with us. Just probably people don't remember, but he's been in the corner with us quite a few times. He's an exceptional corner, and he cares. He's a champion with a heart that cares about his guys. And he did the same thing Habib did when Habib used to do sparring, and then he was done with sparring, and he knew some of his other brothers would come and spar. Habib wouldn't go out and train. He'd watch the sparring and give advice. That's Islam, the same thing. Same thing. So they're following the same footprints as each other. And, it gives me a lot of joy to see this from these guys because they're giving back for what they got back from their guys. Like what Habib's father gave to Habib, Habib is giving back to his fighters. What I gave back to them, they're giving back to their fighters. So it's kind of like one of the family things, we follow the traditions of the people that taught us.
How much more comfortable do you feel for a welterweight fight this time compared to last time?
Yeah, now I feel more comfortable, honestly. That the first camp so hard. I just try to gain weight, do a lot of lifting program. But this camp, I stay in the same weight. I'm not like go down. Now I'm like real welterweight, and this camp I think is more easy. But I don't. It's not. You cannot say this easy, but because we're not lifting much.
Yeah. How much, like looking back at your performance against Jack, how much better do you think you'll be in this fight?
Honestly, I watched the fight with Jack. I don't like this fight, because I want to be just double champ. I just fighting like, just for the win, I don't do some things to finish Jack because I understood I win every round and just want to take the second belt. But if this like regular fight, if we fight second times, I see I can finish him like every round.
What's different about your mindset this time, right? Because there's also a lot on the line here, the record, all the history, defending the belt in 2 divisions. There's a lot at stake here. Why is this different where you maybe will take more risks or chase the finish more?
Yeah, sure. This fight I will take more risk to finish my opponents because I like it. Finish my opponents, and this fight, I think, honestly, from the first time when I'm taking him down, I have chance to finish him because I saw his ground game. It's not so good,
I'd like to see him get it worked out. I don't know Ian Garry. But like you said, in a time like this against probably, I think probably most for sure the toughest fight of his life.
Absolutely.
Definitely the toughest fight of his life. He can't afford to make one mistake in this fight against Islam. He can't afford to make one mistake.
No.
One mistake,
That's
he ends
to
up
fight
on
a
his
perfect
back.
fight.
And I think one mistake, he ends up on his back. I think the fight could be.
We know he's at a deficit when it comes to the stand-up. If I told you Islam's not going to shoot, they have to stay on the feet. If those were the rules, JDM's going to win this fight. That's his easiest path to victory. It's actually his only path to victory. So Islam goes, okay, that's the only way he can win. And I think it should be said too is last week and also previous when this fight was.
He looked completely different on fight night than he did when he was fighting. I think this is just a natural thing to expect when a lad is moving up from 155 up to a new division. He has to make up for it somehow, and it was going to have to be size. It's not like he can just add 3 inches of height to his size in general. You know what I mean? But definitely substantial man. There's no doubt about it.
It's interesting, right? Because I feel like it might be like a little fencing fight where they're both like trying to find range. They want to, because they both sit like kind of cut car punches. So I don't know whether or not it's one of them boring fights. So they're both trying to find range and nobody wants to commit first, Or on a nice striking clinic, probably. I'm interested to see it. I've been thinking about like how would they approach it, but they're both similar, both lengthy strikers, kickboxers.
Очень неудобный соперник, стилистически. Я так считаю. Много бегает, сдалека, с дистанции бьет. Такого высокого соперника у нас не было. 193 сантиметра.
Высокий, да.
Да, более 190 рост, руки длинные, ноги длинные, выбрасывает. Ну, опять-таки, надо будет за ним бегать, собирать его. Надо будет хватать, собирать, валить. Тяжелый бой будет. Скоро 35.
Угу. Он 91 уже года, да, получается?
91 октября, скоро 35 будет. Все вместе. Стилистический возраст, это все, я считаю, что будет тяжелый бой. Ну, не легкий бой. Ну, я всегда их готовлю к тяжелому бою. И Умара, и Усмана, и Ислама. Я им всегда говорю, на вас, ребята, настраиваются
Да,
по-другому.
100%.
На вас, ребята, настраиваются вообще по-другому. Это всегда так бывает. Если они готовились бы на условно там на Пратеса или Моралес,
да.
Они бы готовились по-другому. Там, а здесь уже у них энергетика, все. Если они проявят себя против вас, они становятся сразу автоматически звездами. Так что...
Давление на сильном.
Давление будет очень сильное. Бой будет тяжелый, я считаю так. Ну, имеется в виду, если сразу не финишировать, да?
Да.
Если 5 раундов драться, так, все 5 раундов находиться с этим соперником будет нелегко внутри клетки. Будет тяжелый, во-первых, тренинг-кэмп. Почему? Потому что надо такого соперника найти. Да, который будет вот так же бегать. Вот так
таких
же,
немного, да?
Да, немного. Особенно в этом весе их немного. Считаю, что ничего не надо тактически менять. Надо за ним бегать, собирать его, валить и там...
UFC 330 is getting closer, and the fight between Islam Makhachev and Ian Machado Garry is creating serious excitement. Both fighters have shown confidence, but their approaches are very different. Garry believes he has the speed, technique, height, and striking ability to beat Islam. He says he can win the fight everywhere and believes Islam is too predictable. Garry is confident that he can keep the fight standing, defend the takedowns, and hurt Islam with his striking. Islam, however, has heard these claims many times before. He says almost every opponent promises to stop his wrestling, but once they are taken down, they understand how difficult his pressure and control really are. Islam believes his years of training and experience give him a major advantage. Several analysts also believe the biggest factor will be grappling. If the fight stays on the feet, Garry may have his best opportunity to win. His height, reach, movement, and striking could make things difficult for Islam, but if Islam gets the fight to the ground, the situation could change very quickly. Joe Rogan believes fighting Islam without enough preparation is a huge mistake. He says Islam is one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, so taking a fight against him on short notice can seriously affect a fighter's career. Daniel Cormier also praised Islam's grappling. He compared some of Islam's ground control to Khabib Nurmagomedov, while pointing out that Islam has developed much better striking. That combination makes him extremely dangerous. Islam also talks about discipline. He believes success comes from being focused, training properly, sleeping well, and avoiding distractions. He says everyone can have good coaches and training partners, but the most disciplined fighter will usually achieve more. Another important point is that Islam feels more comfortable at welterweight this time. He says his previous camp involved gaining weight and doing more lifting, while this time he feels more natural at the weight. Some fighters believe Garry can surprise people. His size, striking, and ability to control distance could create problems for Islam. Others believe Islam is simply too complete and too dominant to be stopped. The trash talk has also become intense. Garry and Islam's teams have exchanged strong words, with both sides questioning the other's confidence and abilities. Islam remains calm and focused. He says he wants to continue fighting, improve, break records, and stay champion. A win at UFC 330 could also give him one of the longest winning streaks in UFC history. So the big question remains, can Ian Garry use his size, speed, and striking to keep Islam away, or will Islam's pressure and grappling take control? With so much at stake, UFC 330 could become one of the biggest fights of Islam Makhachev's career.